everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of Clerical Error, the show about a group of Kenku bards and the Dungsweepers who love them. I'm Lauren, also known as Obo Crazy, your humble DM. Let's take a moment and reintroduce all of our players and who they're playing as, in case you're new to our show. Why don't we start from over here?
Hi, I am in real life Michelle, but I play Zoot, the gnome wizard, and I also, Zoot has a jackalope named Who.
Just not confusing at all.
I'm Demetrius, and I'm playing Jeff, who's a high elf fighter, and in real life, I have no idea who I am, ever.
I'm Trick Jarrett. I am playing Crotalon Sphitus, or Crow, who is the Azamar Bard.
I am Greg Tito, and my character that I'm playing in this game is named Fabian. He is a human cleric, formerly of Lathander, and now a worshiper of Myliki.
I'm Maris Mullally, and I'm playing Riza Cedrus Cooper. She is a half-elf, half-human paladin who's come to Waterdeep to bring greenness to everything.
And I'm helping.
And yeah, and Fabian's helping.
Well, kind of everybody is now.
Everybody's helping.
Yeah.
Except for me, kind of.
But you know what?
It'll
Your
happen
decorations
eventually.
were phenomenal.
Rose money is going to really help.
I try to help.
Before we jump into the game, we are excited to announce that Clerical Error, as a group, is going to be participating in Extra Life, as is the entire D&D community. But we're going to be doing a group Extra Life, since a lot of you fine people already have your own Extra Life pages. So we're kind of doing a group one. We're going to be having our own show. It's going to be our normal show, Wednesday, November 7th from 2 to 4. And that show, while it will also be a normal show in normal canon, will also be our Extra Life game. And you can go and do some donations in order to affect that game. What can you affect? So here's the thing. Because we already have characters and we already have a story going on, you can make the story go sideways. Voice crack for a minute there. I thought.
Intimidated yourself.
Maybe I'm a little nervous about what we're about to
The
do.
story and Lauren's voice.
And maybe you can make everything go.
You
Can they
bring the
donate
Kenku back.
to determine how long we greet each other?
You must say hi for 30 minutes.
We will say one hi for every $50 donated.
Now, if you want to do that
I
extra
will.
life promotion, you go
I will
ahead.
do that.
If you go to the the Clerical Error, you should support them too. But you can go to the Clerical Error Extra Life page, which I believe is being put out on the screen right now. You can donate in $5 increments. And what does your $5 get you? It gets you a Wild Waterdeep event, which is like a magic surge, but crazier. That's right, you get 25 words to say what happens. Just some crazy thing happens. Whatever you want, you let us know. For every $5, you put it on in. If we make a certain amount of money, we'll start pulling those during the game. The more money we make, the more we'll pull during the game. If we reach our full $500 goal before that episode, I'll get some special guests to come on in and pull them during the game. So go check out our Extra Life page, go donate, go make that game fun. And now...
That's pretty amazing. I kind of think of like Waterdeep as like the metropolis New York City of Faerun. So like any crazy thing you've ever heard happening in a major city, that could happen here even times 11.
Absolutely. If you can fit it in 25 words or less,
Yes.
if you can send it in ascending, it will get put in the hat or the box or whatever we're going to put all of our Wild Waterdeep events in, and they will get pulled.
In my heart.
That will be difficult
your
to pull from.
Wow.
That's a Call of Cthulhu game.
In
So you don't want to play
the
that.
room that you've barricaded for Crow.
Yep.
That's where we'll put
That's
them.
true.
That's true.
Anyway, we'll talk about that more, and we'll be tweeting out and sending out messages and pleading as we go. But for now, let us jump right into the game. Last time on Clerical Error, y'all met each other. It was great.
Hi.
You were all
Hi.
super. Hi.
Hello.
No, wait. That's already all over the internet. We don't need to do that again. Crow found out that his grandfather's house and money is tied up in a weird bit of paperwork with the Dungsweepers Guild, and that the Dungsweepers Guild has gladly taken that initiative and formed this new group that you have all been put a part of. And in a desperate attempt to try to find out what's going on, you have joined up with this motley band, at least for the time being.
Yeah.
There has been at least one attempt to bribe all of you out of this money, and there is a giant jackalope
started by none of us. I should clarify.
We
none
didn't
of
try to
us.
bribe anyone.
None of us tried to bribe anybody.
No,
Not
there,
at
yet.
all.
no.
That you know of.
Stop that.
that anyone. And this morning you all went off to go talk to Shavetta, who is a longtime friend of several of you, who's an apothecary in town.
That's what it was.
I didn't know you.
I wrote down ciabatta. I couldn't remember how to say it. And I was like, yeah, something like that.
There
Thank
was
you.
cheese.
Just call him Shabbat. I can't even say his
See?
ciabatta.
See? Ciabatta now. Sorry, my bad.
No, it's all right. I'll say if you're originally from Buffalo like I am, you might get the reference. But Shavetta, who is a good friend of all of some of you, told you about some stuff that he'd idly talked about with your grandfather, and an idea about what they could do with the empty lot in the back. And while you were back there, Fabian, you were knocking around and heard a noise that freaked everybody out. And I believe you had just yelled something out to this strange noise.
I did. What did I say? What did I yell?
Well, whatever you yell out
I think it was
now
just
is
hello.
Yeah, you can,
Hello? Are you, do you live here?
you smell. So you kind of stuck your head down through this hole in the burnt floorboards of this destroyed house, and there's this oily smell. This like weird kind of slick, oily smell, but it's got this tinge of magic to it that you can sense, and you hear the
That's right. That's what that noise was.
That's what it was.
You're just waiting for me to do it again. And you do hear this creature speak. I would love to know what languages do you speak?
Fabian only has Common and Elvish.
All right. How about the rest of you, since
In addition to those two, Dwarvish, Gnomish, and Sylvan.
and
Celestial is the only one additional one for me.
Celestial, Elvish, and Sylvan. And Common.
Common, Elvish, Gnomish, Sylvan.
all right. So Fabian, you don't get this, and
Celestial?
do you speak Sylvan?
No, I'm only
All right.
Celestial and
The-
Gnomish.
The three of you who speak Sylvan suddenly hear this creature say, "This my box, mine. And you hear the pitter patter of little tiny feet running through what sounds like water.
I will cast Detect Magic.
Sure.
And since my eyes don't work, I can't see it, but I'm hoping with the Detect Magic I can pinpoint or get a sense of where this thing is going.
All right. That's 30 feet, right?
I believe it's 60 feet, but let me check.
Yeah, double check that.
It is 10 meters only.
Meters?
Yes. You know what I mean. 30 feet. No, you're right.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Your D&D Beyond set metric?
10 minutes is the thing.
Okay, all right.
I saw the M.
My lovely husband is Canadian, but I haven't quite learned all of his ways yet, so
We'll
don't.
go with meters. Just call it meters.
All
Why
right.
not?
Well,
10 meters and 30 feet is very similar.
How many
so-
chevrons is that? You don't sense any magic within 30 feet, although I know that stays up for a while. You do very clearly hear the pitter-patter of these little feet. So you can kind of tell which direction this thing has gone, and you think it might be in some kind of underground, what used to be a basement, and it's probably only gone 40, 50 feet away. So, but you don't quite sense anything just yet.
And I can only sense one of them?
You
Currently?
you don't, nothing
Nothing.
Nothing pings on the detect magic, and you only hear one creature, the one that originally laughed and ran off.
All right, so Fabian's still got his staff, and he was feeling around in there. He hasn't moved it too much, but he casts the spell, and then he calls out to the people with him. There seems to be some kind of creature here. Did you catch that phrase it just uttered?
It sounds like it had something you wanted.
Like a what?
Well, I thought it. I heard it proclaim it was its box, but I just assumed it was living in a box.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
Things to prey on.
Well, there's something under here. Shavada, do you know what this is?
From the doorway to his establishment, he goes, no. But I don't wander around there because, burnt buildings and, yeah.
It sounded pretty mischievous. Are you missing a box of some kind or anything that might have been stealing something from you?
He's going to roll a history check with disadvantage. Maybe. I lose stuff all the time.
The disadvantage is for his mental state right now, right?
You are very well aware that he is, he imbibes some intoxicants on a regular basis. And while he's a sweet and lovely man, he might be a little oblivious.
The note from my grandfather
Understood.
mentioned not to have any of his brownies.
Good to know, although I have enjoyed them quite a lot.
Unless you want a nap, is what
They're
it said.
very tasty and full of nutrients, as I'm sure everyone knows. All right, well, I'm not really sure. I should be the one to be poking around down here.
Did you hear which way it went?
It went that way.
So is the creature totally gone out of the building?
You don't hear it anymore,
Okay.
But you heard it and then stop, and now you don't hear it anymore. But
And I estimate it's like 50 feet in there about.
Okay.
Really nice.
I'm going to get close to the hole and in Sylvan just
It says
say,
Sylvan, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
"What's in your box?"
my box, mine.
In common, did you?
No, this is
in
in Sylvan.
Sylvan.
It
Oh.
responds in Sylvan.
I'm going to go, "Sounds awesome. Can I see?"
There's a brief, and I'll say the two of you hear this since you're kind of gathered around the hole. You hear this, and then right next to you, there's this doorway that opens up, kind of about the size of. It's interesting. It's the size of a window, and it's between where some of these burnt boards have collapsed in on themselves, almost making a little doorway. You see this bright flash as though a door is opened up, and this thing just jumps out. And that oily smell is back, and the grounds around all of you suddenly gets slick. And you see this tiny little creature covered in what looks like this viscous black fluid, almost like oil or slime. It's got this big wide grin on its face, and it's holding a metal box. It looks to be about a foot, maybe a couple of feet. And I'd love everyone to roll perception checks.
Oh.
15 for me.
Yay!
16 for me.
17.
4.
17. I did well.
Zoot, you are so distracted by the fact that this thing has just appeared next to you.
Yeah.
You're just delighted.
Oh yeah, I'm super like, ooh.
Also, this creature is about the size of you.
Yeah,
And that also delights you.
absolutely.
You can't notice anything else.
Nope.
Faven, the detect magic that you have on, it doesn't ping off this. The creature's carrying something, and he's talking about a box. So you hear that. The detect magic, it's almost like there's a blind spot there, and you think this might be a lead line box. You sense that it's almost as though it is intentionally hidden from your view, but you know it's right there. The rest of you notice the box that he's holding has an inscription on the top, carved into the metal. It is a representation of what looks like a honeybee holding in its claws a piece of paper, probably like a scroll, with a very pronounced stinger on the end. Like it would normally look like a honeybee with the big round body, but it's got the stinger of like a wasp or something. It's a slightly fearsome looking bee. And this creature holding the box looks at you and says, "Wouldn't you like to know?"
Yeah.
"Sorry!" And it jumps back through the door, and the door goes and vanishes.
Aw.
And you hear underneath as like two little feet once again land in something.
So this creature's got some kind of What did the creature look like, by the way? Or what did it? I didn't see it. So never mind. Someone else asked the question.
What did the creature look like, by the way?
Covered in oil.
What did it smell like? You did all those things. Right.
Crikey.
What do we do here? This is our first mission, you guys.
Is he like standing on wood, or is there some sort of sign or way of knowing that there's a floor below us, or is it just that it seems like there's how are we hearing it underneath?
So there's a hole in the floorboards, partially from whatever had caused the cataclysm of this house, and then also it looks like someone had intentionally tore up some floorboards, and the two of them.
So it's like a crawl space.
Or a
that
cellar or something.
Right, so
Yeah, it's like a basement, but instead of you going to where the stairs would be, you found a hole in the floor.
I think I'm going to gesture at someone to come with me and let's start circling the house and see if there's an entrance to like the cellar or
I'll
a
follow
space
you.
below.
Okay.
I'm gonna. Oh, sorry.
The two of you that are like, yeah, let's go around the house. As soon as you start to move, I need you to make dexterity saving throws.
You both got 6s.
Did they really?
I rolled a 6, and then my saving throw would be 9.
All right.
-1, so 5.
Both of you, like in tandem,
Oh,
like you
it's
planned
crazy.
it. Left foot goes forward, hits the ground. It's not the ground, it's something slippery. Out from under you, both of you fall prone. From underneath Fabian, you hear.
Are you laughing at us, Fabian?
I mean, laughter is a very contagious medicine.
Jeff's gonna freak out and go, Boss Crow! And then go to like try and help him up, scurrying that direction as quickly as possible.
I need you to roll a
Yeah.
dexterity saving throw.
Ha! 19.
Nice.
You, having seen them go down, take the moment to look. And yeah, there's like this leftover viscous fluid, almost like an oil slick that has been left on the ground around you that wasn't there until a moment ago. And ooh, it's slippery. It's ice. It's your feet would go flying if you weren't careful. But yeah, you're able to walk on over and
Help you with that.
Thank you, thank you.
Yep, that was my next direction.
Thank
Don't
you.
worry.
So are we in initiative order, or are we okay just to keep making actions? Like, how do you want this to...
I think I would like to cast a spell.
okay,
I would like to do minor illusion and cast my own box.
okay.
And I'm going to say, I also have a box. Isn't that exciting?
Yeah.
To Sylvan.
Oh.
In Sylvan. To,
Oh, okay.
to the
To
creature.
Sylvan.
Yeah, sorry.
Another box. What's in yours?
I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
Make a persuasion check.
Yeah. 19.
Okay, come down. And he's just like, this creature is just laughing in glee as he's waiting for you to come on down. Show your box.
Okay. I'm
Should you
coming
go down alone?
with a friend because I'm tiny.
Okay.
Okay.
Jeff,
someone
why
please
don't
come
you
with me.
go?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's a delightful
I
idea.
think you should go. Yes.
How
So
are you
we go
going
down.
down? There's a hole in the floor.
You're going down first
big
because
is
you need
this
to help
hole?
me.
Yes, quick
I've
question.
been imagining it's small. It's actually large. Okay.
It's large enough that you could all fit through, but there is no way to get from where you are down to the floor without a jump. It's not a terrible distance. It's maybe 8 feet.
I'd say that you probably go down first and then kind of bring me down because we've
Oh.
already prepared, like, I need help getting down.
Yes, that's what I was going to do. That's what I'm going to do.
All
That
right.
sounds way better than my idea.
You're just going to jump down?
You
I
can
am
shove her in.
Give me,
not carrying her with me.
Give me an athletics check, just to see how suave you are.
13.
All right, you jump down. Pff, it's not a 3-point superhero landing, but you know you don't manage to fall on over, and then you're gonna just gently reach up and. Yeah, it's not a problem. You come on down. You can see the bottom of this base of what used to be this house's basement is also half destroyed, and this creature has retreated to what looks to be the far side, kind of the closest side to where Chevetta's store would be. And yeah, it's pitch black. The only light that's coming through is what's coming through the hole, and you can just barely see it in the darkness. Bright white eyes and
Okay.
the gleaming of this box.
Can I shift into position and actually cast light down into the hole?
Sure.
Okay. So I
Just
would-
like look down and.
Sorry, were you?
Oh, you're good. No, you're good.
Okay. Yeah, I think I would stay up and I would sort of move around to try to get the line of sight, and then draw my hand in the air and send a little ball of light down into the cellar so that they have something to see better by.
All right. The little ball of light descends and kind of hovers there. It's now a very well lit area. You can now see also that the floor is covered with this same black goo.
Okay.
Crow, you have the power of magic.
A little. I'm learning. I don't have a lot, but I know a few things.
And here I just thought you were middle management.
He's full of bright ideas.
You keep those jokes down there, buddy.
They're like, no.
That's disadvantage on your next roll.
So as I walk over, I'm gonna be friendly and be like, well, first, what's your name?
Boggle. Boggle, 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 boggle.
Boggle in a box. I like it.
No, just Boggle. This is the box.
Boggle with a box.
No, just Boggle. This is the box.
Boggle, this is a box.
Sure.
Yes.
So what's in
and
yours?
Well, I told you that we were gonna look at yours first and then mine. That was the whole deal.
Nah, you came down, you show me yours. Open it, 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 open it,
And I'm
open
gonna
it,
hold
open
it
it, open
close, and I'm gonna be like, that wasn't the deal.
it. All right, then no deal. And you see behind it, there was a doorway there. It looks like there was a door leading into another room, but when this house collapsed upon itself, it's just dirt and garbage and stuff. But in the doorway, suddenly there's this rift that opens up, and he's holding the box, looking at you, going.
And I say, how about you give me a hint?
He starts to back away, and you say that, and
Do I have a line of sight from, like, is it such that I can actually see the creature?
sure.
Okay. Then I would also then, again, give a little hand wave and call out saying, friend, we're just trying to learn about you and learn what you have in the box, and cast Charm Person on it.
Ooh. Okay. All right. What's the save on that?
My save is 14 on Wisdom.
Okay. Wisdom. So that would be a natural 20.
Well, all right, fair enough.
So I will
Very
take a
charming
drink.
ooze thing, critter.
So it starts to step like
Ooze? It
backwards
does
into
smell
this
like
doorway, holding the box, kind of staring at you. You say that, and it looks up at you, and it grins. And you could swear that maybe there's fangs there. It steps back into the doorway, and the three of you are still upstairs.
Yep.
You all hear as another door opens up nearby. It's in a different configuration of planks and wood, and this thing steps out backwards, as though he had stepped out backwards through a door, and farts at you.
I cast Thaumaturgy on the fart.
Okay? Hey, I was working on that for days! Which, of
It's-
course, you don't understand because he says it in Sylvan.
Now it's much louder.
Oh, you made it louder. I thought you changed the smell.
No, I made it much louder.
All right.
And then I say, good one, Boggle!
He turns around and grins at you and says, do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again. This thing falls over on the ground laughing, like kicking its feet, still holding the box.
How
Oh,
close to
darn
the
it, I was hoping
doorway
you'd kill like
were
a-
we?
I'm sorry, what?
How close to the doorway were we?
When it opened,
Yeah.
you would have been within about 10 feet of it. You would have been about 15.
15?
Yeah.
How close are we on the upper level where it falls over now?
Same distance, it's just on the opposite side.
I would like to charge through it.
Excellent. You run to the doorway. And you slam into a wall and fall over.
Okay.
I had to double check.
You just put down
I would like
the
to lunge
D20.
and try to grab the box since it fell over.
All right. Well, he's fallen over, still holding the box, but
Right,
you're
right.
welcome to.
Yeah.
Let's do a contested. I guess it would be a contested strength check, but you're gonna have disadvantage because this thing is covered in black goo. Oh.
I'm not going to win.
Well, let's see.
I have a 7 minus 1 for 6.
All right. Yeah. He is not this thing isn't strong by any measure, but there's so much like slick, oily stuff all over this box that you can't get any grip on it. And it seems like every time you grab it and slide off of it, more of it of its own volition just seeps out of this creature's hands and then all over the box. And then it looks at you and goes, and it's in Sylvan, so you can't understand it, but it says, oh, you want this, do you? And then he like holds it out to you.
I guess I'm going to take it.
And he pulls it away.
Oh.
And then he stands up and he holds it out to you.
I'm going to try to take it again. Okay.
Does Riza have any sense of what kind of creature this is?
Roll a nature check. You might have an idea.
whole time, Jeff's just down there trying to move through this doorway, and pushing on it, like trying
Swear
to,
there was a door here.
taking his sword and shaking it at it.
That's only
Bam.
8.
You hear it call itself Boggle,
Okay.
and you know from that, and from the little bit that you can see what this creature is doing, oh yeah, you've heard about these things. They're like fey trickster things, but that's all you really know.
I'm going to yell up, hey, Boggle, do you want to play a game?
I am right now!
I try to take it.
Yeah.
I've now realized my game is to keep it distracted.
All right.
And so I am actively playing its game and trying to, I'm trying to grab it at the same time, but also accepting I'm probably not, and hope without, I don't know what it's saying or anything, so I'm just continuing to play this game because it's clearly.
You guys need help coming up?
I do.
This door is made of lies!
It's still there. There's still like this weird glowing rift,
Oh, I'm
but
sure.
you can't get through it.
Do I get the sense that there was any staircase or anything near here?
We never got around to look for it, so
Yeah.
Nothing that you know of offhand. You could definitely start doing a search. You'll have to be, you'll have to be careful at this point because it seems like this whole upper floor is covered in slippery goo.
Yeah.
But you can start to search.
That's why I haven't moved around that much, so I'm going to stay put.
All right.
I'd like to talk to Boggle, or attempt to talk to Boggle.
Sure.
Hey, Boggle. How long have you lived here?
Before this was not this. He kind of points at all the destruction.
Do you like it here?
Now that you're here.
Wouldn't you like more people here?
Oh. They gonna take my box?
Not necessarily. Sometimes they bring boxes of their own. Boxes that are full of food, boxes that...
I can take their boxes.
I'm not saying you could or should.
But
I'm
I
just
can't.
saying,
But I should.
wouldn't...
But you're letting me.
Well, they aren't here yet.
Oh.
We have to make this place prettier.
It's pretty. I like it. It's good. Mine. It's all mine.
Yes, but box-carrying people are unlikely to come hang out in an oozy area. They might be more interested to come here if there were trees and green grass and rock things that you could hide in. Small
close-
birds.
Like the more you say this, the more obviously not into it this creature is.
How close to the hole is Boggle at this point?
About 15 feet.
About 50.
Yeah. The door that he's making, it's like 15 feet in one direction is the is one of the doors, and
Okay.
15 feet in the other, away from the hole. The hole's kind of in the middle of the house.
Okay. How heavy are gnomes?
I don't know, Zoot, how heavy are you? Not
That's
heavy
not a
at
polite
all.
question.
Yeah, I was
So it's like, so I said gnomes. I just general term here.
I'm making an assumption here.
I would not be heavy.
Delightful. I would like to throw
With or without who?
Zoot up
where's
into the
Zoot?
top of the
Who's
hole.
Who's outside?
Hop, lift up, just boop, right on top.
All right.
Get
you
Zoot.
gonna allow him to?
Zoot boot.
I'll allow it.
Then yeah.
Yeah.
You have no problem
It was mostly
depositing
fun.
depositing Zoot up on top.
And as I do so, I'm going to yell, attack gnome! And then just place Zoot.
And I'm just going to go, hi, Boggle.
And he stops trying to play keep away with you. And,
I already have my own box.
oh, you still have the box up?
Well, I only get it for 1 minute. How
It's-
long has been?
It has
Okay.
been. It's been like barely. It's about to go
Okay.
away. but-
Okay. Eh?
He's playing keep away with you.
What
Oh,
if you say...
well, I put my box forward. Eh?
Does anyone know what this is? Are we like? I'm talking in common, so it doesn't understand. But I'm just like, I'm sort of like, no one seems threatened by this, but we're not exactly making progress. Like,
I know that it's some kind of fey creature.
Is it on me?
I'm mostly trying to figure
It smells really oily right now.
It's got bad breath.
Oh, hello.
Does anybody recognize the symbol that was on the box?
can we roll something for the symbol?
You know what it is without rolling. I'll let the rest of you roll intelligence for it. Yeah. Or history. I'll let you do intelligence check or history.
I do not.
Oh, damn, well, I'll do that one. 22.
Yeah.
14.
I rolled a 1.
It's okay,
Why
you're
are-
new to town.
Yeah,
There's no
you're
reason you would
learning.
know
Why,
any of
yeah,
this.
why do you feel miserably about even thinking about this symbol? Since you're the one who were like, anyone recognize
It's
it?
a B. I got stung real bad a couple of years ago. It's traumatic.
All right, so you don't even want to look at this.
All right.
Fabian, what'd
I
you
just
roll?
want the box.
I don't know if I have been able to examine it, so.
Oh yeah, that's true, unless somebody has described the symbol. Okay,
I don't think any of us have. We keep forgetting.
I'm in a hole right now.
Well, I did a 22, so maybe I can like look at the symbol and describe it a bit, and see if I am familiar with that. And while I'm doing that, that's how you will get
Okay.
familiar with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so the three of you know this is a symbol of a noble house in town. Jasmine Red, or I'm sorry, not Jasmine.
was like,
Whoops. Whoops, I'm looking at the wrong person. Hold on.
Scratch that from
Wait.
the record.
Where is she?
Alase.
Yeah, there we go. Lady Alace Saralana. She is one of the noble houses in town. She has not a huge family. She's got a son and a lot of money. Not exactly sure what her business is. It's one of those old wealth families. They have money because they've had money because they have money.
Does someone say the name out loud?
That's up to you guys.
I did not recognize the symbol.
I don't
You-
know if I would actually say who the house belongs to out loud. No.
I'll say, Jeff, you also know this is a house this is specifically a woman whose network has stymied your family for quite a while. You guys are rivals.
I am torn.
I'm inclined to say, it's
What is the?
it's
what-
that darn honeybee again. I don't think we need to worry about getting this box.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna sit down and I'll like put my fake box like away because it's actually just vanishing. And I'll sit down and I'm gonna pull out some of the stinky cheese out of my pocket and just kind of like pretend I'm not really like paying attention, but I'm like, oh.
I'm going to realize what's happening here and cast Prestidigitation on the stinky cheese to make it even stinkier.
The Boggle and Fabian have the same grin on their face.
I feel you're right. We probably don't need that box when we have this delightful cheese.
Yeah, and I start
Yeah.
giving it to all of you.
I'd like to purify this slightly. Back to what it was.
Yeah, you're actually just nibbling like I can't believe I'm eating this, but
It's the like,
So I think that I would take the piece and actually look at the boggle and hold it out and then pull back.
And I just want to keep it with you.
and I pull out a whole bunch more because I mean this just like all over. I got pockets all over. I'm pulling out like there's all sorts of weird food, right?
You got camo pants.
Yeah,
and cheese.
it's just like it's like the
Cargo pants and
smelliest,
cheese.
like it's green, all this stuff.
Grandma powers activate.
Oh yeah, but it's like not real good stuff, right? I mean,
But the
to
more you
everyone
pull
else.
out, the happier the Boggle looks,
Yes.
especially as like the more stinky it
Yep.
gets, and you watch as very slowly it's looking at the box and looking at the cheese
Yes.
and look at the cheese you're offering it.
and then I'm
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check with advantage because of what Zoot's doing.
Okay. Hey,
That'll make up for that.
I'll roll the
from
second one to
before.
see if I get double 20s. But
Just for the fun zone.
gonna be
To
one.
see.
nope,
No? All right.
the natural 20.
I open the box. And of course, you have no idea what he's saying.
I have no idea.
So what he says to you is, what you all hear is, if I open the box, will you give me some cheese?
And I'm gonna yell, "Oh yeah, we could share."
He grabs the front of the box and yanks it open and shows you the inside. He won't necessarily let you take anything just yet.
Yeah.
But as he kind of opens it up and lets you see it, and then
I break off a piece and give it to him. I don't give him my entire thing of cheese.
what you see inside is a ceramic mug.
Okay.
About the size of this box. With
yes,
a big
go on.
ampersand on the front. No, it's this ceramic mug. It's got handles on the side of it, and you can just barely see where it's lying in the box. There's a piece of paper sticking out of it, like there's a note tucked inside.
Okay.
And it
Why?
And I'm gonna say,
can't
"Oh,
you
that's
billow it towards you?
Well, I'm going to say, oh, that looks interesting.
Mage
Do you?
hand.
I would like to give you more
That'd be
cheese, but it looks
nice.
like your
Should
hands
try
are
that.
pretty busy. Can one of my friends hold on to that, and I can share this cheese with you? You come over,
He's
eat
gonna
some more with me, and I just pull out even more food.
He's gonna close the box and hold it, and then put it down, and then sit on it. And Fabian, I'll say, in those few moments as he opens the box, that jug is, yes, magical. That is a magical jug. Because
Ah.
your detect magic is 10 minutes.
That's
so
true.
it's definitely, yeah.
Okay.
You've just
Although-
been like hit with just like a like a waft of the bad cheese smell, but a waft of just like magic.
Magical smell.
Especially after whatever the box was doing to shield this thing from your detect magic. Once it was opened, it just shines in your inner vision.
Interesting.
Closes it, puts it on the ground, sits on it, and goes, "All right, let's talk turkey." Dick.
And I'll just like casually just sit down, cross leg, just kind of. I'm pretty round, so I just kind of pull out some more. Can we look at the box more?
Sitting on box. See? Box. You want, though. You want.
I'm not sure if we want it. We definitely want to see what's inside of it. Maybe
You
inspect it a little bit.
You saw.
It's a magical cup of some kind. What does it do?
What do you use that for?
What's
Yeah, let's
Shavetta
talk
doing
about
all-
it.
during all
Let's
of
talk
this?
about it.
So as he takes the cheese and shoves it into his mouth, Shavetta, who has still been standing in the doorway, is just like, that's pretty much all he's doing. Okay. Slack-jawed.
I'm gonna look back at him and offer some cheese too.
He's that hungry.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Oh, so you see that too? All right. Okay. Good. Okay. Yeah.
We're feeding it cheese.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was having. Never mind. Boggle downs the cheese
Yes.
and goes, make stuff.
So while they're doing this, I want to go back and look down the hole and see if there's anything else I can see from the light that was down there. Like, is there anything else that was? Or you're still down there?
I sure am. I'm sliding all over
so
the place.
I'm gonna-
I jumped in to get out of
I'm
this
gonna
thing.
go back.
Oh, yes.
I'm gonna go back and help him out. How's
Jumping,
that?
you just hear splashing.
Yeah.
Anytime. It's fine, friends.
You have no trouble pulling him out.
Okay.
I'll
That's-
lower down my staff.
Yeah, between the three
It's
of
like
you,
Lando.
it's super easy.
Right.
You can take a look with your light down there. After you do that, it looks like the destroyed remnants of a basement. You think because it has been so long, there's really nothing left. But I will say that you do see in the far corner near where the Boggle has created this doorway that has gotten him upstairs, there is a hole in the ground as though someone or something has dug into the ground fairly recently. And guesses that's probably where this box came from.
Okay. So I think I would help him out, and then I would go down to go investigate that.
Okay.
Or say, point it out to Jeff.
All right. I'll go down and look in the hole. That's fine.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, so the hole itself is only about a foot deep.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a
but
tunnel.
no. It's just it is.
It's
though-
like where the box was buried
Gotcha.
and
exactly.
and Boggle just unburied it.
All right.
But,
Now I'll help you out.
but go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
Yeah.
Since you're down there, since you're gonna, why not?
10.
Would you like to borrow another?
Damn it. Fine.
Are you down there with him?
Yes. Like, I think it's kind of metagaming because he had sort of turned to go, and so I guess the answer is actually no. But
How far down is your head, like
yeah,
in the hole?
I would be trying to see stuff, so I would from the hole whatever I could see. So maybe,
Okay.
You're just hinged at the waist.
I was just wondering if the two of you, if you had gone down and then we're gonna both come back. I wasn't sure if you were actually down there.
Could I rifle in it? Can I-
Yeah, sure. As
I'll
you
do that.
rifle in it, it's soft dirt. Nothing special. Seems like a fairly recently dug hole, while the rest of this house from talking to Shavetta and just from looking at the weathering and the destruction in this house, it's probably been this way for years, whereas this hole looks maybe days, weeks.
Okay.
There's fresh earth here.
So like a larger depression has been dug for this to be buried, and then a smaller hole has dug out.
It looks like something dug a hole, put the box there, and then recently
It was
Assumingly, this boggle has come along and dug it
Okay.
out.
Gotcha. Okay.
Backing up a tiny bit, I have divine sense. When it was open, was I able to get a sense of it being good or evil?
The object on the inside?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No, it's just a magic object.
Next question. Do I know that Faven can see magical things? Do we is this just a thing we've talked about ever before or otherwise?
I pray to my gods and find where magical things can be sometimes.
Excellent. Then I'm going to kick the dirt around some more and feel really, really motivated to try and find more things with that symbol on it real badly.
Okay.
And call out and be like, Faben, friend Faben, friendly Faberloony. You see anything down here I care about? Please look. Expeditiously.
I can see a fool. He's digging around.
Oh, there's mirrors
by the
down here. Is
sound
that
of
what
it.
you're looking at? You jerk.
The mirrors survived the fire, which is lucky for us, I suppose. Clearly, you're looking for something that involves this family.
It's a really pretty symbol, and I'd like to add it to my collection. Yes.
Oh, okay. You really like bees. I
What
understand.
family is it representative of?
The useless one.
How so?
That says that Sarah something. That Sarah wastes my
Lana?
time. Yep.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
That's probably it.
They must have owned this place a long time ago.
All right. Sorry. Never mind.
Meanwhile, the boggle's been sitting there on top of the box. No, I like that. You've been feeding it cheese, and basically, while it's still been enraptured with you feeding it cheese, it hasn't moved. But when you stop and kind of listen in on the conversation or get distracted, and it looks like it's about to stand up, take the box, and leave. Like it's got a very short attention span. But as long as you're feeding it cheese, it's happy to just sit there and.
Awesome. I think I'm still going to be, ask a question, feed it cheese for an answer type of thing.
Okay.
I'd probably ask, how did you get here?
Magic.
I lean over to Zoot and whisper in her ear, let's see if we can give it a food coma.
Just
Okay.
keep feeding it,
Yeah,
feeding
just
it,
keep feeding it.
feeding it.
If it's not going to move,
And I'm going to say, I might get one too.
I can try to charm it again.
I'm going to distract it, so maybe, that would be a good time to do that. And then I'll be like, oh, that's so interesting. And I give you some more cheese, And as I'm pulling out more cheese, I actually pull out, a super, super smelly, anchovy.
From the sea.
Basically, the more
yeah.
smelly things that you produce, the happier this thing is to take and shove it in its maw.
So I think I'm gonna dangle that one a little bit. I'm still gonna be doing the cheese, but that's the special. Yeah.
Dude, what are you saying to this thing? Are you getting any information?
No, but he's fun.
Kindred spirits.
Yeah, give it some more
Yes.
cheese. What have you been using that cup for?
Stuff. Make stuff.
Well, what kind of stuff? I give it some more cheese.
Boring stuff, fun stuff.
So it occurs to me that I can't speak its language. Can I actually charm it?
That is an excellent question. Let us go to D&D Beyond and see. Because that's really going to depend on the spell.
There's no
I
mention
think
of it understanding the words.
Then probably, I think probably the worst.
can your cats charm you?
I mean, there's
Or
that.
the
I have a
dogs?
dog.
Can
and
your
yes,
dog
it
charm
charms
you?
me
So
quite
yes.
successfully.
I
Rightfully
think
so.
yes.
Charm person. You attempt to charm you can see within range and must make a blah blah. Charm creature regards you as a friendly acquaintance. When its spell ends, the creature knows it was charmed by you.
Right.
It just says that it has to see you. I would say it would regard you as a friendly acquaintance. It can't understand. So
You did give it cheese.
so you
The
can
language
attempt
of love.
the language of the cheese is the language of love.
I mean, I think so.
Fromage, the language of love.
Sharp cheddar, really good sharp cheddar. I will be your friend for an hour.
Especially if it's a sharp white cheddar.
Ooh, I'll take any color.
so here-
Anyway,
Yeah, I would like to. I would like to try to charm it again.
Sure.
So it's a DC 14 Wisdom save,
all right,
and if I succeed, then I'm going to try to coax it off the box.
okay.
I'll come sit, crouch next to Zoot.
I'm
and-
gonna hand you some cheese as you sit next to me.
And as I take the cheese, I give it a little flourish, and that's what the charm spell is as it flies. That
Sure.
comes towards the the boggle.
All right.
And we'll try to coax it off the box this way.
And it was a wisdom saving throw?
Wisdom 14.
You hand it some cheese, you cast the spell, and it gives you a curious look again. And then it looks back at you and says, "He really wants to be my friend, but you have the cheese." You saved
All right.
again.
Wow.
Man, this is a really good rolling creature.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
But in this case, he seems to still be entranced enough by the cheese to not want to leave just yet.
I'm going to
So.
call out from the hole. Have we gotten the box yet?
Are you calling this out in Sylvan?
No.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I shout.
Oh, no.
I shout back in Elvish. No. Would you like to help?
Did you just ask your familiar in your pocket?
I might have. That was a triggering event.
I'm sorry, I cannot help you with that.
No.
I hear you yelling, and I hold my staff farther down through the hole. Can you grab a hold?
Okay, I'm going to grab them. I'm just climbing out at this
Yeah,
point.
with your help
I'm up.
once again, you're able to pull him on up. No problem. He's still like every
Yep.
couple of moments, as long as you're feeding him
Oh
cheese.
yeah, I'm
this-
gonna keep feeding cheese because at this moment I don't know quite else what to do, and I'm hoping my buddies. Can
At some point, are we just
come
going to
in.
bop this thing on the head?
I'm going to crouch down.
You're the
and-
boss.
And look right in its face. My slimy, slithery friend, what will it take to get that box from under your hindquarters?
What you got?
I've got stinky cheese for days.
You also have a sash.
I also have this sash. And I'm going to
Sash
use,
filled with cheese?
And I'm like putting cheese in it.
Under all the
I'm going
patches.
to prestidigitate this sash, I guess, to smell as horrible as possible. With tears in my eyes. Yes!
Roll a persuasion check with advantage because of the tears.
Yay.
Nice.
23.
Okay. Stands up, opens the box, takes out the jug, puts the jug under its arm, throws you the box. Does
Okay, well, that was fair. I lost that one.
Is the paper still in the box?
roll a persuasion check.
Persuasion or
Or no,
perception?
I'm sorry, a perception check. He
Okay.
takes the sash.
8.
I'll say actually that you can actually watch as when the thing grabs the jug, the paper actually falls out of the jug back into
The
like
box.
not into the box but like onto it and then onto the ground, and then he grabs the box and like throws it at you in payment.
Excellent.
So he's holding the jug but the paper's on the ground.
And I still have that anchovy.
And this thing starts to giggle like he's just played a trick on you. It's like,
I mean,
I
He
want,
did.
I want to mage
trolled
hand
us hard.
to
He got a
grab
sash,
the
right?
paper and bring it to me.
okay.
you've given him the sash,
Doesn't
right?
seem to care.
Okay.
Grab it, pull it.
So I've got the paper.
All right.
I'm going to open the box and smile and say thank you and turn it with a picture of the mug inside because I'm still going to utilize my prestidigitation cantrip as hard as I possibly can.
Okay.
Ah.
What's the save on that to notice that that's a? Because I think there's a save I gotta make in order to notice that's an illusion.
Just don't see.
Or is that minor
You could also
illusion?
fill the box with cheese.
I could, but no, it just says create a non-magical trinket or illusory image that can fit in your hand and last until the end of my next turn. It doesn't say anything about a save. So I don't know what you want me to do here.
I'm gonna say they can fit in your hand. This you would know, and so I'll let you pick something else.
Okay.
It's a jug that's about this big.
Oh,
it
see,
would
I
not.
thought it was like a tankard.
No,
My
this
fault.
is several. This is like 2 or 3
Okay.
feet.
It's a large box.
He's been holding this thing. It's almost as big as he is. That's why he's been able to sit on it.
Ah, that's fair.
So it would be something a little bit
Got it.
bigger than you can put in your hand. So I'll let
Never
you
mind
pick
that
something else. Were you just taking the paper and stuffing it somewhere? You're reading it? What are you doing?
I was
with
going to glance at it and immediately pocket it.
it? It looks like it's got some handwriting on it, but just glancing at it real quick. It's
Okay.
not a ton.
All right.
Pocket it.
Yep, I'll pocket it for now.
So he's still holding the jug.
Dude, how about putting... So in common, so he doesn't understand what I'm saying. I say, how about we fill that box with cheese and offer that for the jug?
Sounds very funny over
Let's-
here. It's a funny joke.
So I'd say yeah, and I'm filling this
Things
box with
giggling
cheese,
at
all
you.
Your
sorts
two
of
form is slowly shrinking as we
Yeah.
remove all of this cheese from your pockets.
yeah. But at the same time,
Lost
so
about
I
5
do
pounds
have
of cheese weight.
And I have minor illusion, and so I'm thinking that I will actually make a exact replica of the mug as well.
Okay.
And put, as part of that illusion, put some of the stinky sort of fish in it. So it looks,
okay.
it's inside with the real cheese. It's the whole shebang.
And now that you can see it, you can make very quickly an exact replica filled with anchovies.
Yep.
All right, so that has a save, right? If I'm minor illusion, one of these has.
No, I'm not seeing a save. I mean, it's just a cantrip.
Yeah. I thought there was like a way to notice if it was real or not. Well, you know what? I'm just going to roll.
Yeah, you can
You're
just
the
save
DM.
against
Make it
her.
happen.
Against your spell save?
Yeah, what's your spell save DC? We'll do a.
Intelligence check, it looks like.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be fun. Oh. He looks at it.
Intelligence check against their spell save DC.
What's your spell save DC? I probably failed against it, but just to double check.
Should be at
Where
the
do I find that?
top of your spell section.
Oh, there we go. 13.
It looks down for a moment. It's grinning at the two of you, like, hey, I just played a trick on these guys. Laugh with me. When it looks back over you, you're now holding an exact replica jug filled with anchovies.
Their jug's better. Look what it made.
And it's in the box, and I'm like eating the cheese out of the box, like super happy.
And the three of you hear it say in Sylvan, mayonnaise. Glug, 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 and it starts to just drink out of this jug, and there's mayo just pouring down the side.
Jeff's
of this
vomiting on the side.
creature.
Turn vomit.
Oh,
I'm not
God.
even seeing it, and it's making me.
Gallons. You can hear it. And it's just
It's very squelchy.
it's that squelchy, and it's not a clean eater, so this is
Now
just
we know where the
mayo
oil
pouring
came
down the side. There's globules of this thick mayonnaise that you smell. It's not Miracle Whip. It doesn't have that like tangy scent. It's like eggs
Vomiting
or something, and it's just all over the floor. And he's just holding it up, like chugging this thing. Looks back into it, seems to have finally finished it off, and goes. Yours makes anchovies?
the slow
Does it make mayo too?
Haven't tried it yet.
Make a persuasion check.
Nat 20.
Hey!
And I'm like, I mean, okay. And we switch.
Yep. He can actually grab it, right?
The box.
Well, it's in a box.
it was
Yeah,
in the
yours
box.
is.
Mine is in a box. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's
Um,
back in his box.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he grabs the
Right.
box, closes the lid, jumps through the portal behind him, gone.
All
You
right.
hear below,
Oh,
like it's run off.
he's still here.
I think
Boggle is still occupied. Might not be the exact thing we needed.
Did
And
he
I'm
take
gonna-
my sash?
Oh, yes.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
just
say,
checking.
I
Your sash
think we
full
should
of
probably
cheese.
get out of
Your
here
Yes.
while we
your
have
sash
this.
is also now
we
covered
will
in
make
mayonnaise.
note of this location for the future.
Yeah.
So A, does anyone have a bag that's big
Someone
enough for
needs
this
to
put
take
this-
it. Yeah,
let's,
I'm
let's
like-
stash this immediately.
Do we feel like we might have angered the thing that was haunting the back of my friend's shop?
And I'm going, yes.
She's hanging out in the door. He's like, huh. That's where all the mayo's been coming from. Okay.
I think I hand it right to you, and then I just book it out of there.
Is my sack big enough to put it into?
Yeah, it's not huge. It's, you
To
know.
Zoot, it was huge.
Yeah.
Right.
To
The
you,
rest of
it's-
us, it's a.
Okay.
It's a regular
It's a
sized
box.
jug.
Put it in there.
Do you know from these creatures whether they have vendettas?
I'm not.
Are
I
they
don't-
vengeful?
Can we
I-
ask that
have I
when we
heard-
get out of here?
Yes.
as you guys are leaving and this question is asked, you would know from your role from before and your very vague notions of fae. It depends. A lot of them are tricksy. A lot of them will hold grudges, but some of them will applaud a good joke to them.
Yes, maybe it will appreciate the trick that has happened.
It did like to laugh.
Yes, and the next time we come back here, we'll just bring it a tub of mayo.
And I'm going to say, I need to restock my cheese.
As we're walking away, I want to look at the note.
Sure.
Pull the note back out.
All right.
Wait, you got a note? I can hear crinkling of paper.
Yes, there was a note with this jug in the box. I was able to grab that off the ground when it fell.
Do you think it's from the house?
I will tell you in a moment.
All right.
I do not know.
So you read this note aloud to everybody.
Yeah.
You're kind of coming back into the alchemist's shop. And it says, in kind of a very precise handwriting, to my friend Granat, your
Yep.
grandfather,
Yep.
you need water to help seeds grow. You need honey to mix with tea. You need acid in case of rocks. And you need mayonnaise for everything else. All my best, Cameron Unreck.
How do I spell Unreck?
Junreck. And Cameron Unreck, as several of you know, is the name of the ward master of the Sea Ward, the one that was trying to help the three of you out by sending you here.
Oh.
Interesting.
Why of all of those things did it pick mayo?
It's the funniest.
It's true.
Before
You
we
can always
leave,
go back and ask it.
No, not yet.
before we leave, I do want to the note from my grandfather who mentioned coming to see Shivetta also mentioned buying some tea. So I want to make sure I buy some tea from Shivetta.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, yeah, what kind of tea you want?
Just your basic, start your day off right tea.
Yeah, Waterdeep breakfast tea.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and he reaches into a little tin that he's got nearby, and he measures you out some, and he says, "Yeah, free of charge for the fun."
Well, thank you so
Now
much.
I know where the mayo is coming from.
We will come back again, I'm sure, and see about our new friend out back. But
I don't think he's gonna be your friend after he finds. But yeah.
Definitely give us a ring or send a note or a runner, because now I feel that it is our responsibility to clean up both this boggle and this whole back area. It smells very oily back there.
And like an egg salad sandwich.
Also, like an egg salad sandwich.
Jeff is leaving very quickly.
That sounds like a Waterdeep lunch.
Listen,
Right out the door.
If I know anything, I really don't. But if I know stuff, you were meant to be here. That thing that you found?
it is quite the coincidence.
Yeah. I don't believe in coincidences.
I do, but I recognize that this is odd.
No, I think it's all tied together, man.
Coincidences is a very strange
I
one.
believe you believe that. So we have a couple of options from here. I would like to go talk to William Enord at some point, find out more about what our ward master wants and or can be done to manage.
Yeah, talk to William.
You mentioned the House of Saralana. It sounded like you had an interest in going to talk to them at some point.
It's a very strong word you've chosen, interest.
Interest is a strong word.
Interest is a... No!
Strong words, yeah.
No.
You aren't a fan of the Saralanas.
No, I just think there are more pressing matters like expanding the greenery of this fine city as opposed to visiting these fools.
You
We got
returning
time.
this item to
Don't
them?
worry about
No!
it.
What item?
The jug that we just got.
I don't think that was theirs. The box was the only thing that had that symbol on it. I think they lost a box
Are they
in this
known
situation.
for their box making?
Yes, probably.
Inside check.
and bees?
Meanwhile, Shivetta is still sitting there going,
Okay.
wow, really? Oh, man.
Well,
Would've
if
been
you
so
aren't
helpful,
keen to
Shredder.
visit them, I can do that on my own time at a different point. We can go see William.
I will go wherever you want, Boss
Also,
Crow.
you were throwing up. If you're not feeling well, you can go back to the house.
It's all out now.
You have a
There's more
prob-
mayonnaise you can consume.
Oh no.
I've got the jug right here.
You have a problem with mayonnaise?
I have a problem with a gluttonous amount of mayonnaise, yes.
All right, fair enough. Yeah,
Maybe
gargling-
just
too much.
mayonnaise.
Too much of a good thing.
Gargling is a terrible idea.
Oh God.
Well, yeah.
You got
I
me.
mean-
That one got me.
I mean, if you're not feeling good, maybe Shavada has something for you.
I've always got something.
I think this is a fantastic idea. That I don't feel well at all in this moment.
Well, stop thinking about mayo, man. But also here. And he pulls out some of that same exact tea. He's like, here you go.
Oh, thank you.
That's enough for a cup or two. It'll make you feel better. It'll
Awesome.
wash out that taste in your mouth.
Excellent. Delightful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Which ward is Chevetta's location in?
He's in the dock ward.
Okay, so he is in the dock ward.
Yeah, he's not too far.
Okay. And the southern ward is over there.
Yep.
So I would think it makes most sense for Crow, whoever else wants to go along, to go talk to Enord. Or we can either go all together or split up. That's what I would.
Why would we
propose.
split up at this point? Let us all join you.
It's more dangerous that way.
Yes.
Okay, you're gonna go talk to the Southern Ward Master, William Enord.
Correct.
All right.
I'll give a hug to Shavada, as Ellie would say. Thank you.
Yes,
it's good to see you, as always.
Anytime, you let me know how you're doing.
Will do.
If you guys get back into that that Myliki place, you let me know, all right? 'Cause I'd like to visit again.
We will let you know. We're going to keep trying
All right.
and maybe just make our own.
My leaky place.
And I'm getting up on who?
Yeah, there's this
Who?
temple in the southern ward, not southern, in the sea ward, where all like the rich people live, and they built this temple, the Myliki, except it's like all walled in, and you can only go if you're one of them, and that's not nature. Nature's supposed to be free.
And neither
Did
is
by
that-
chance the Saralanas build this wall?
Nah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Nah, it's not everyone.
You believe in coincidences too, I see.
I believe in the death eyes I was getting from Jeff over here. I'm trying to put together.
Every time the name is said, just twitch.
Understood.
Twitch.
Okay. Well, I think Crow would go in for like a handshake with Shavetta, a polite one. Yeah, nice to meet you. Thank you so much. I will enjoy this tea.
Good, yeah. You come on back if you ever have any questions or that gout comes back. You just let me know.
Did you give him the strong tea?
Well, no, you
Okay.
gotta start him off.
Right.
No.
Jeff's running around
Good,
like a
good.
child in a candle shop, just smelling everything he possibly can, just trying to enjoy this last moment before. what have
Anything you could think to smell, there's a smell for it in here.
Excellent.
It's kind of amazing.
That's like a Yankee candle shop. I'm happy.
yeah.
Find
And
the one
one-
that smells like mayo again.
Candle.
Oh, that's my mayo candle over there. I see you found that one. Yeah, not a lot of people like that. I gotta come on. Anyway, bye-bye. All right, so you're gonna go see. All right, so you're heading on back to the Southern Ward Master. It doesn't take you
Yeah.
long to get there. It's about midday by the time you arrive. Were you gonna do anything else with this jug?
Right
you
now
know it's
it-
magical. Otherwise, you don't really know anything else.
It creates mayonnaise.
I would like the
So
honey.
the note told us
I
a number
know.
of things. It's water, honey, mayonnaise. I forget what else. So we
I'm-
know that
yeah, I
it
missed the
creates
third
stuff.
one.
We will come back to this later.
Okay.
Will it take us an hour to walk to this other place? Can we,
You play with it?
kind of play with it? And,
Sure.
Yeah, over the
Honey.
course of that hour.
I'll say you could take the scenic route, give
Yeah.
Jeff some time to let his stomach calm. Go ahead and
Thank you,
roll.
everyone.
Yeah, since it doesn't require attunement, you can't attune to it, but go ahead and roll an Arcana check for me.
Okay. That is an 8.
It's a magic jug.
It is a magic jug. I think if you press here and say mayonnaise, no, that doesn't work either. What
Thank
if you
God.
put it on your head, like over your head, like that creature did? No,
well,
that
it
doesn't
was
work either.
looking into
I
it.
was.
It spoke.
I'm just waiting for someone to Winnie the Pooh it.
Right.
And
Yeah.
just like, honey.
Smackerel.
And then never get
And
their head out
mackerel.
again.
Right, this is a terrible day for me.
Fish
again.
just pop out and throw you in bed.
Not what I said at all.
I don't know. What do you think, Zoot?
She fit in it.
It's not a
Yeah.
smooth ride on
I'm
a
like,
jackalope, just for the record.
Of the group of you, she's the only one who could possibly maybe get her head in. Like, it is a decent sized jug, but not such a large mouth. Like, this thing just kind of held it over its head. You think you probably could, but then you'd have problems getting your head out of it.
Yep.
You know enough not to stick your head in there.
Oh yeah.
It's still also covered in mayonnaise.
We should clean it up.
Yes.
Rub cheese on it.
Oh.
Cheese and mayonnaise. Great combination.
At that point, it goes back in the bag.
And at that
And
point,
also vomit.
you reach the house of the Southern Wardmaster. It is pretty far south.
Okay.
I know where you're getting.
Okay.
I got you, fam. So you go pretty far south. His house is very close to the Weymouth, which you are all familiar with. It's this signpost that has been magically created to be able to point mostly strangers, since this is the entranceway a lot of visitors to Waterdeep get to.
Okay.
The Weymouth is where they come, and there's this big signpost, and it points to all different directions. And it's semi-useful because it points to how to get like anywhere, but it doesn't actually point to anything inside Waterdeep. So there's a lot of like teenagers and people standing around being like, if you want directions, I can help you out, like panhandling for directions. But his house is just like around the corner from it, and it's very easy for you to find because you do find 3 Kenku standing out front playing very loudly. You find drum.
Is it the same?
Oh yeah, you find drum,
Describe
harp,
them.
and violin.
Oh, man,
All standing
Jeff.
outside playing a little jaunty tune. You see the door to this house. It's a really nice house, kind of an expansive 2-story little red brick house. All the windows have been shuttered at the front, and I'd love everyone to roll perception checks.
24.
16.
19.
8.
What'd you say? Perception 10.
Then
I'm hearing this band.
you hear this band.
this.
You also smell Kenku poop. Lots of it.
I'm more and more believing in this god of coincidences.
The two of you also
Coinzagon.
smell.
Coinzagon.
He smells the Kenku poop first. That's surprisingly difficult to say. Kenku poop first.
Oh, we got another tongue
We
twister.
should collect that for Boggle.
He would enjoy it.
Yeah, probably.
It's very stinky.
The two of you see in the front of this house, there's a little green strip where there's a couple bushes and like a couple rose bushes and what looks like, some nice grass. Nothing huge, but yeah, there's a giant dropping there. The two of you just hear the music.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, this is nice.
I'm just pleased.
Yeah, they see you and they're still playing away. Hi,
Hi!
droppings.
Yes.
Yes.
No, thank you.
No.
I mean, yes.
Yes.
Great job.
Thank you.
Yes.
Jeff?
Yes.
Why did you give thumbs up to droppings?
Fertilization of green space is an important thing.
I can hear the smile on your mouth.
It's
very
job
prominent.
security. Job security.
We'll always have a job.
Yeah,
Drop security.
I mean, everybody poops,
exactly.
including birds.
Yes, so it's job security.
So they're not like blocking the door. Like I can continue to walk to the door.
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Okay.
They've just they're like on the sidewalk playing.
I'm down there with them. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not trespassing on your private property. We're
Right.
just
Are they busking?
Enjoying the
yes.
They don't have like a hat out or anything.
I wonder who paid them.
Do no.
Do you ask
wait.
that out loud?
Yes.
He did.
Jeff.
Yes.
Good money.
It was great money.
Great money.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for remembering our ward master's birthday on
Did this-
his birthday today.
Come from the petty cash funds, or this is your own investment?
This is irrelevant question. That's what that is.
Where'd the money come from?
I have a piggy bank.
No, it's lettuce from the garden.
It's greenery. They are paid in leaves. I'm sorry about your plants, Bren Fabian.
We were paid in silver.
Silver leaves.
Union
your silver
rates.
plants.
Very good.
It's just not happening. Lying's not a thing.
I think it's very well spent.
Not in front of the
Hello,
king.
Boss Crow.
This was before you arrived, after you arrived. Before you arrived? After you arrived.
We
I
hadn't had a
paid
budget
them
meeting
for
yet.
days. We didn't know when you were going to arrive. I figured I'd just use the remainder of it for a grand entrance for us to meet the wardmaster.
I paid them for
Also,
their days of performance
no.
at the end of it.
Oh, also, there seems to be a clerical error
No.
in the finance distribution.
No refunds.
Oh, unfortunate for us.
Well, that just means that they'll...
So
yeah.
We can owe you one.
you can owe us
Okay.
one. You've done a great job. I think you guys deserve to go to the bar and get a drink and call it a day.
Gig early?
Yes.
They look at each other and they chat with each other for a little bit. Don't think any of you speak Orin.
Sure don't.
Orin?
Yeah,
No.
the language of birds.
Yeah, no,
They- and then they all look at you and they're like, "Okay, bye, boss," and they all trot off down the street.
Bye.
Calls me boss.
'Cause
Bye.
they're- Bye.
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 Bye. Bye.
Knock, knock, knock.
Now you're just asking. You've walked up and knocked on the door.
Yeah.
Okay. For a moment, you don't hear anything inside. And then from what seems like the back of the house, you hear, "Are they gone?"
Yes. I'm waiting to see if someone else in the door was going to answer. I wasn't sure he was talking to me.
Okay. You hear footsteps, and then 4 or 5 locks unlock, and then the door opens, and there is William Enord, who you all recognize. Well, you don't, because you were asleep at the time.
Right.
The straight-haired, kind of paunchy human. Who,
Jeff Spitz.
Okay.
Oh!
He
Roll to hit.
Oh, goodness.
he looks at you. He looks around you at everybody and goes, "Oh,
Sir,
yes, hi.
Scrub in your face.
You must be Crow."
you must be William Enord.
Yes, they told you about me, did they?
They told me that you visited.
Yes. Why don't you... And he looks at all you again and he goes, "Why don't you come inside and let's have a chat, and I'll speak to the rest of you later."
I'm actually serving as Crow's secretary.
I'm already like going in the door.
I'm already here.
Wait, I don't...
Sorry, my crutch. It's very.
Yeah, I found like the
Prominent?
comfiest
Prominent.
chair that I see, and I just
The front living room of this house is
Staff,
very
crutch.
nice. It's the kind of place that you would expect someone to have like wrapped in plastic, like no one ever actually touches anything. Like the fireplace is there and there's a fire going, but it looks almost too clean and pristine. It looks like almost a fake fire. If you wanted to cast Tech Magic again, you're almost sure that's a fake fire. All the furniture is spotless. There is a
Not
hardwood
anymore.
floor that doesn't look like it's been walked on. It's immaculate, but it's surgical immaculate. It's unwelcoming. And as you come walking in, he's like, "I'll have to pay for the cleaning people again. Fine, come on in. We'll make this quick." And he closes the door and he tries to usher you out of the living room, but it sounds like you're all just...
oh, I'm already in the chair.
Yeah, as he's closing the door, I'm walking into the room with them. So,
Okay.
If there's like pillows and stuff on the chairs, I've actually taken them from other ones and like kind of made a nest around me on another chair. Like I'm all comfort here.
Sir, I understand there were some business matters we needed to discuss. I came and my house joined me so we can bring an understanding to our arrangement.
Yes. Did they explain the details?
They explained a bit of it, that there's a fund left for my grandfather, and that it requires both of us to access it.
Yes.
Yes.
10,042 gold dragons, specifically in the bank.
That is where my grandfather would keep that amount of gold, yes.
That is where it is now, and it can only be accessed if the both of us agree to the withdrawal.
Now, this is where I was concerned, or curious, I should say. Does the paperwork state you specifically, or is it you as in the role as the head boss of the guild for the Southern Ward?
The royal you.
The royal. As far as I know, I am the person that has been in charge of the funds, and the funds were put to you and the Dungsweepers. I am just listed on the Dungsweeper side, since you're under my purview.
So I am to understand that if I were to go to your boss and let them know that you were looking to, bribe us out of this funds, I might find someone else in charge of the funds for the Dungsweepers Guild.
Make an intimidation check.
10.
I'm like, I'm so proud.
He gives you a long look and he says, "It's a very good attempt, boy, but if you think that you can just convince somebody of a bribery attempt, then you haven't been in Waterdeep that long. Trust me. Just come with me. Let's take the money. Let's close out this little farce. Let's everyone walk away richer. It's that simple."
I sort of look at the group and go, no, I don't think so.
Here.
I don't think you fully understand the situation you are in.
I jump up and I'm like, I think he understands. And then I go ready to go to the door.
Okay. As you do that, he kind of scoffs in your direction and then looks back at you and says, "It does take the both of us to get these funds. If you think that this little operation, this greenery department, is going to have any funds from me or my Dungsweepers, you're sorely mistaken. No one is removing those funds unless we remove them together, and I am only removing them if we can both profit. Think about that for a while."
Okay. And I'm ready to turn and leave.
Okay. He continues to sit there and watch you leave, and you can all tell in the subtle ways that while he feels like he's won, he also can't help but be slightly bothered by how messed up his living room is now. Like,
I think I probably also scuffed my feet on the way out on purpose.
I was
Sneezed.
before we. Sorry. What?
You still have the jug, right?
I was about to say, before we leave, I think I would go, actually, sir, being new to the city, I do have another question for you. And I pull out the jug. I was like, have you seen something like this before?
That's not what I do.
no.
I go, oh, it's very interesting. Mayonnaise.
Oh.
And then I turn it over in his living room.
So, a little bit of mayonnaise
Please work.
does. So here's
He's just crazy.
Do it! And then we all say, mayonnaise! And
We're like, it's a dance. Okay.
it's mayonnaise.
It's a mayonnaise.
So here's what I'm gonna say.
How's that for a clip for you?
Everybody,
It's the mayonnaise.
I can't wait to be remembered for that. Yeah. That'd be great.
you're not exactly sure how this thing works.
I
You just
know.
watch this boggle do that.
That's what I'm hoping.
When you say mayonnaise into it, you don't see it create any more mayonnaise. However, it had created a ton and spilled it all over its face trying to eat it, and there's still about a good jug full in there. And so even though it doesn't create the gallons that you were expecting, an entire jug full of mayonnaise just goes all over the floor, and he stands up and he's like, "What are you doing? Get that, no, stop. This is how you get ants."
I know.
No, honey would get the ants faster than mayo, honestly.
This is not something
That's like a saying.
Get out of my house now!
Honey gets ants better than mayonnaise.
Get out!
I'm already out and I go, I already am.
Have a good day. And I turn and leave.
I'm going to follow you out the door, and then before I leave, I'm going to turn and smile and look over, or Jeff will turn and smile and look over his shoulder and say, "The wonderful thing about interest is that it usually outlives the people waiting for it." And then leave.
Fabian just walks through the mayonnaise and tries to track as much of it around as he can. Oh, I'm sorry. Which way's the door?
It's
Is it
that
is
way!
it that
What
way?
no, don't
It-
put your
oh,
stick
You're
down.
going back
yeah.
further into the
I'm
house.
sorry, I
know
went the
what
wrong
you're
way.
doing. No, what are you doing?
All right, goodbye.
Riza walks through the mayo to guide Fabian back out through the mayo and then out the door.
I'm sure your cleaning people will come and clean this up.
You are my cleaning people. Get out, get out. He clearly sees what you're doing, but is not really able to stop you. But he slams the door behind you. The fresh scent of Kenko poop.
That was
Kenku poop.
fun.
Mixing with the scent of mayo.
Mixing with the scent of mayo.
So, my friends, I need to understand the politics of the Dungsweepers Guild better.
Well, it's shit.
That is the
All right,
mission
good night,
and-
everybody.
All right.
Do we have a sense of his hierarchy? Like the Southern Ward is, I assume that is less prestigious than, say, the Sea Ward.
There's really, you would know, there's really not
Yeah.
a prestige level. It's just about, there's the house, there's the ward, and then there's whoever is in charge of everybody. And that there are better places to be depending on what you're looking for. Some places are more difficult places to work.
Right.
but-
Some places we have to actually work harder than others. Some wards are just more naturally clean.
Who is up in charge? Who is above
William?
Enord?
I think you met her.
That would be
Yeah.
Jasmine
Jasmine?
Redstream.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I think I would head back to. I would be wanting to head back to Jasmine
Okay.
in the Mule Skull Tavern.
You're all gonna head back there?
Sure.
Oh yeah,
Sure, that's
I love these adventures.
Jeff would like to stop by the house on his way back because he feels naked without his sash and would like to acquire another one.
Sure. Do you want to make a
Sash
swing?
closet.
Just a
Swing
swing,
by the house?
just a swing by.
Swing by the house?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Sure.
All right. As you swing by the house, there's actually a woman waiting for you outside. She's sitting on the stoop. You recognize this dwarf lady with a maul that has been altered a little bit to turn into a cane. This
What-
old dwarf lady.
Would I recognize any, but based on descriptions?
You might, especially if she stands up and sees you. This ancient dwarven woman with red hair braided, and even though she is obviously old, she's got muscles, and she stands up when she sees you, kind of leaning heavily on this cane maul, and looks at you and she says, "Oh, yo, yeah, hey, how you doing? Oh, this must be Grow. And she kind of limps towards you and says, but she doesn't attack you. She has
Right.
a little more decorum than that. She says, Grow, I've heard so much about you. My name is
Gilly.
Yes!
I-
Oh, your grandfather told me so much. Oh,
And he told me a fair bit about you as well. It's so wonderful to finally meet you.
you too, huh? It's been a while. How
I
you
slip
doing?
down, I go and give you a hug.
They hug. So who's your friends? I was waiting. I figured you're gonna be coming on by here eventually.
Well, I apologize that we kept you waiting. Let's go inside and get comfortable.
All right, I'm not keeping you for. I know you're busy. You're dung sweepers. You're doing the dung thing. How's it going? She
We're
comes
doing
inside
dung.
of you.
We are definitely dealing with shit.
Oh,
Crappy job.
what's going on? You already doing?
Let's step inside, please.
You all step inside.
Right,
and have
get
a seat.
settled in the area.
Is who staying in the front yard?
That's totally up to you.
I believe for now we would leave who out front and not go through the rigmarole of getting.
That's
I'm
fine
trying to
with
push
me.
it through the door. Yeah.
Okay.
Get seated. I was like, well, let me tell you, Gilly, my grandfather, the rascal, as you well know, the troublemaker, has put us in an interesting position. I am.
He does that, doesn't he? Even he's been dead and he's making trouble.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had no idea coming into town that I was going to find myself employed of the Dungsweepers. And on top of that, we have a rather troublesome individual who is our ward boss. And we are figuring out our way forward. That's the short version of what we're going through right now.
All
You
right.
didn't want to mention the money?
He left some money for you, right? I mean, granted, he was not like poor. He's staying out here. He was saving up his funds.
He's got this beautiful house.
He left
right?
funds, but they're tied to this Dungsweeper's responsibility. And that is the problem I'm dealing with our ward boss, where he has differing opinions on how we should use the funds.
He wants the money for himself.
He would like a portion of the funds for himself.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's everybody. Everyone you're gonna come across. You got money, they want the money. That's
Right.
the way the world works. That's why your grandfather. That's why he hid a lot of it and he kept it in the bank and stuff. He liked to live incognito.
He hid it? He hid some?
Well, in the bank, like
Oh,
he kept
in the
it,
bank.
He kept this nice house. It was not like those ostentatious manners. Yeah, like, Lady Elise, she always said, well, you could go and you get yourself a mansion if you're going to retire. Retire in style. But he was
That
all
wasn't
about...
his style.
No, he wanted to keep a low profile.
Yeah.
That was always his way.
Yes.
I respected him for that. I still went up north and I got myself a mansion. You gotta understand,
Of course.
right?
Of course.
Are
you in the Sea Ward or?
yeah, it's
okay.
pretty nice. I got view of the ocean. It gets lonely now. We haven't had a chance to talk a lot, and
Well, I hope you will definitely continue to come by and feel at home and welcome with us.
yeah. Is there anything I can do for you? I mean,
I'm Fabian, by the way, and I have my hands
hi.
I'm
really
so sorry.
high.
Hey, Gilly Shadow Hand, how you doing?
Oh, Gilly, Gilly, hi,
yeah,
how are you?
Yeah, and
Nice.
you might have all heard Zoot talk about this is actually the only other living person who was adventuring with Grennet when he finally retired. So there might be some others, but this was the only other one that he knows in town.
I am a member of the and of course Riza, and the
Hello.
our
Yeah,
Jeff.
nice to meet you. How you doing?
Good. I was wondering if sometime we could come visit you up and actually go visit the shrine to Miliki, since none of us can visit it, and both Fabian and I are followers of her.
Yeah. No, absolutely. You come on up. You be my guests. Any friend of Crow's was a friend of me. Is a
you.
friend, and absolutely we go see those nice shrines. They got the visiting hours kind of thing. It sucks. Well, what are you gonna do?
We're gonna
Gilly,
crash
do
it. We're gonna crash that
Oh.
temple
Yes.
and make ourselves members.
Gilly, do you happen to know Cameron Yunrik?
Yeah. Now that you mention it, and she's kind of looking between the two of you. Intrigued by the fact that you're talking about crashing this place, and also you've brought up this name that she's obviously startled by. Yeah, I don't know them by person. They were before me. They actually went. They were with your grandfather early on in his career. They were off doing stuff. Only did a couple things and then they found the adventure in life wasn't quite for them. They found a nice place and someone and a family, and grandfather was always really good about keeping his family and his adventure in life kind of separate. But
Yeah.
that's really hard to do.
It is.
Yeah, he always wanted to get into that green space too. And he's looking back at Fabian. She's looking back at Fabian now, curiously. Yeah, that was something they talked about, especially recently. Granite talked about that place up there, because he was all upset Cameron couldn't get in there because,
Really?
Yeah. Well,
What was his plans? How did he try to get in?
Well, he eventually got himself high enough in the Dungsweepers in order to be able to live in the Sea Ward. He works there now. I don't think he actually goes too often, but he works there. So
I think that's why we didn't get axed completely.
That makes sense.
Perhaps we should pay them a visit.
you're gonna go see him. Well, tell them I said hi. Probably. We didn't really know each other, friends of friends of friends. I would talk to
Sure.
Granite, and Granite would talk to them, and they would talk,
Mutual friends.
Yeah, but hey, if you're planning on doing I haven't had to use this warhammer in a while, and she kind of sits up a little bit and leans on this big warhammer, moves it a little bit across the floor.
Ooh, that sounds very heavy.
Yeah. Oh, well, with the gout nowadays, it's a little hard to lift. But yeah, I can still swing a mean one if you want a gate bent.
I might be able to take a look at that if you'd like. Do anything? The clerics have been able to heal you?
Yeah, I've been to the temple a couple times. And, they can heal a lot of stuff. Can't heal old. They haven't figured that one out yet. That's all
The
right.
elves have figured it out.
They don't heal it. They just don't have it.
Well, maybe you could be an elf.
No, I wouldn't want to do that. That's the worst idea. I mean, no offense.
None taken.
But that's the worst idea I ever heard. No.
Did you mention a lady, by the way?
Nope. I don't
Lady-
believe they did.
Lady, well,
was
Elise Saralana. You haven't
Sarah
talked
Lana.
to, yeah.
I was going to bring it up also. She's on my list to visit.
How do you know her?
I'm sorry, were you asking me or her?
Anyone. Either.
I don't. Thank you for asking.
Not
this god of
suspicious at all.
coincidento is striking again.
I believe you. She's been mentioned in letters from my grandfather. I believe that's the level of knowledge I have of her.
Yes, she was. When you're starting out as an adventuring company, it's kind of hard. Like you need.
That's right. She was the patron.
Yeah, you need funds, and you need weapons, and you need people to vouch for you, or else you're like a mercenary, you know? If you just show up places and kill people, they kind of think you're evil. So you need someone who can vouch for you, and that was who was vouching for. She was like paying our dues, and then we, cut her a little bit in as we started to get more, profitable and things.
Yeah. So she's a good person?
She's a businesswoman. She was in it for the money, but she was, she never really got in our way. She trusted us to do our own thing. And she found us because we were all trying to do good. So I think, motives, money, right? Am I right?
Yeah. I mean, nobody likes money. Money dirty.
Makes the world go round, though.
Turns people into greedy little
Also,
things.
think about all the germs that are actually on all that money.
If you don't mind, I would love
Good
to sit down
bacteria.
with you later and talk more about the stories of my grandfather.
Yeah,
But
sure.
we were in the midst of about to run another errand
All
when we came home and found you on our stoop. And
You're gonna go break in now? I'll come with you.
No,
She tries to haul her giant maul. She gets it like a foot off the ground again, and she's just like, "I got Betty here. We're gonna do it. We can."
Who's Betty?
Betty's my maul.
Oh.
Yeah, I haven't swung her in a while. She's just been carrying me, but soon, one of these days, douche, I'm gonna carry her again.
Well, she sounds like a beaut.
She was in her day. I bashed in so many heads. Bad guys, bad people.
At
Not
that,
good.
like Jeff's
course.
gonna sit cross-legged down in front and go, "Oh, bad guys."
Oh yeah, of course. No, I was no killer for hire. I went, like cultists and evil stuff. We did kind of kill that dragon, kinda. Well, it wasn't really me. Like I didn't really kill it, but
What about boggles?
No, we didn't really kill. They're annoying, but they eventually get bored and they go off and do things. They're annoying, but they're just mischievous.
Okay, good. We found one and traded something to it, so we hope it goes away.
We traded nothing to it.
Traded with it.
Yes,
Oh,
it was all zoot.
You must have been really persuasive then. Those things are usually.
It was a lot of my cheese.
You make good cheese.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
got that pocket cheese going on. It's good stuff. What'd you get?
Wow.
Pull out the pot.
It's your grandfather's alchemy jug. Hey, it's filled with mayonnaise. Jeez, what'd you do in that? Poof. She
We
puts it
didn't.
back down.
The boggle did.
Nah, well, that's one of the things it can make. But nah, your grandfather had that.
Do you know how to use it?
Yeah, you'll once a day you like shout into the thing and you tell it what you want.
Once a day.
And it'll make something for you. And it makes like a whole bunch of stuff. I'll write down what it can make, and it makes good stuff like water, oil, and then it makes mayonnaise.
Oil.
Your grandfather always liked the mayo. I don't know why. He liked the egg salad sandwiches. But really like super useful stuff. Where'd you find this?
The boggle had it.
Wow.
It was apparently you've told us about I saw
Yes.
the hole from my perch in the second space, but I couldn't actually observe it. So it was apparently buried underneath a building behind Chivetta's cottage.
The alchemist.
Yeah. I know Chivetta. Makes really good brownies.
Very good brownies.
But it was in a box
Yeah.
that didn't belong to your grandfather.
It was in a box that belonged to the house of Saralana. But it had a note to my grandfather from Cameron Yinrick.
Sounds
So
like
we need to do a pegboard with
All the
strings.
symbols,
we're like,
arcane.
Beautiful minding it as
Yes.
all this
somewhere there's just yarn everywhere. There's
Yep.
no pictures, but there's a lot of yarn.
Charlie Day
I'm
is
gonna
screaming.
need
That's actually
A
just a
cork
boggle
board.
right now, like trying to figure out where it went.
I can get you a corkboard if you need. I got a friend in the Corkboards Guild. So
The Corkers Guild.
listen, the corkers. I just like saying that. In that accent. The Quokkas.
In that
The Quokkas.
accent, yeah.
Probably a bad idea.
Ah, cool.
The Quokkas Guild, yeah. No, that's weird. Your grandfather was busy before he died. Yeah.
I believe that what we should say is he retired. He never actually retired. He just stopped adventuring outside of the city, as far as I can tell.
She grabs her maul again and she says, "Listen, I get that. You retire because you have to.
Right.
Because of gout, you're tired, you got family, you got this, you got that. But you never really wanna. You
Right.
never really wanna stop helping people. And yeah, I don't know what he's up to, but you should, if you need any help, you tell me. I'll see what I can do."
I will. Thank you so much. It was so wonderful to see you.
Sure, and
And-
if you ever need, you come on by. I get you on in. You go see my Leaky, and you go do whichever
Thank
you
you.
want. I'll stand there. I'll make sure nobody bothers you.
Thank you.
Everyone should be able to go see that temple. I don't know why they got that thing walled off. And she gets up and uses
Not
her maul.
nature's way.
No, it's you know.
Amen.
My people are not usually ones that go living, out in the trees and stuff, but that doesn't seem natural. Well, I'll let you go, and she hobbles her way on out.
I say,
Thank you. It was so nice to see you. I will see you in a couple of days.
You too,
Very
have
nice
a
to
good
meet you.
one.
I say it was nice to see you again, and I give you a hug.
She'll hug you back and say, "Yeah, next time you're at Chevetta's, say hi. And pick up a few brownies for me, okay?" "Oh, yeah. I'm not down there as often as I should." Ugh. And she limps her way out and starts down the street.
What was her name again?
Gilly's Shadowhand.
Yep.
Gil.
Shadowhand.
Yeah, so I wanted to go see Jasmine. Are we all heading back out, or did
Has
you-
Jeff
I will be
retrieved his
putting
sash?
my new sash on. That's
Is it the same, or is this like you had the fabric and then wrote intern?
Jeff's sash.
I have now.
He has 20 in the closet.
Right,
You
they're
need
all
them
the
all
same.
at once.
This one now has like extra yarn on it from like the leftovers and stuff to make it just that much prettier. Like ha ha ha.
Just to remind me, is he wearing the fake beard now?
Yes.
Okay,
Was he ever not wearing the fake beard?
No.
He
As far as
sleeps
he's
in it.
concerned, it is his beard.
understood.
All right.
All right, so we head back out. Zoot gets back onto Who, and we head for the Mule School Tavern to see if we can find Jasmine.
Oh, you want to go speak to Jasmine? Yeah, sure. Okay.
Does the fake beard does it match your hair or no?
Not at all.
Got it.
I think you look
Another
great.
time, we'll
Yeah.
come back to this. Put a pin in that.
You make your way back on over to the seedier part of town, the
Yep.
Skull Tavern. Enter this time surrounded by friends, a little more aware of what you're going to see. Except you find it empty. You find the tavern just barren of people, not even a barkeep behind the bar. And for a moment, as you stand there,
I'm gonna start making perception rolls.
make a perception check. You started sniffing the air. I want
Yeah.
a perception
What is
check.
this?
Absolutely.
Perception
That's
smells.
17 total.
All right.
We all
So,
do?
I mean, this place reeks of ale and smoke and meats and salt
Does
and
it
some
reek
other
of
bad
meat?
stuff. A little bit, yeah. A little bit of meat. There's a salt, not so much cheese.
Oh,
Not here.
Mayonnaise?
Well, you're
I think
carrying,
we all just smell like mayonnaise regardless.
you're carrying an alchemy jug that's coated in mayonnaise, so yeah. But you catch a scent of a perfume, of a very expensive perfume that actually smells of jasmine.
Oh.
Brand.
Do you guys smell that? Smells very
so I-
flowery, very good, almost like a jasmine scent. Is that the person we're looking for?
I believe I remember that she smelled like Jasmine when I met her. That was a week ago for Patrick.
Yeah. I mean, it is her name, so it seems like, if you're going to have that as a scent perfume, that's what you would wear. But yeah. Yeah, this seems odd. Anyone know why there's no one here?
You
Is it-
hear a voice. Actually, when you say that, and you all kind of look around, coming down the stairs, you hear a woman walking down the stairs, and she says, "I sent Jasmine away so that we could finally talk." And the woman that's coming down the stairs is not the guildmaster
Nope.
that you remember meeting. This is an elegantly dressed female elf, very tall and thin. She's got a very regal bearing to her. That's what the smell is coming from.
I see.
She's obviously wearing this very expensive perfume. She's got black hair that cascades down her back and practically touches the floor. You can actually hear it just brushing the edges of the stairs as she walks down. These expressionless deep eyes that are black against an oval face, and you immediately know who this is.
I think Crow would intuit who it is.
And she will, to the rest of you, say, I asked Jasmine to leave so that I could have a chance to meet you all. My name is Lady Elise Saralana. I hear that I'm your patron now.
Yes. Crow's just going to lean into it. He takes a bow.
Why don't you come on in and have a seat? We have much to discuss, and I have need of your services.
Wonderful. Yes, thank you so much. Come in and take a seat at the table she gestures at.
Jeff would
Riza
like to-
eagerly follows.
Do you want to stay with who outside?
I'm definitely going to be making sure that my beard is as well adjusted to my face as possible, and just quietly nod.
But you'll have a seat?
Yes.
I'm standing on the chair at the table.
Okay. It makes you a little taller than everybody. but
I'm
yeah.
fine with that.
This woman seems to take no mind of any of this. She just waits for you all to have a seat and then finishes descending the stairs, finds her way, sits on a chair, despite the fact that these are old rickety chairs that are probably stained with ale from decades of use, and the whole place is just kind of in shambles. She continues to sit with this regal posture as though she was sitting in a salon, as though everything was just prim and proper. And she smiles at all of you and she says, so, you had a run-in with some Dungsweepers who don't like that you want to do nice things for the city, I hear.
Well, my lady, I believe that is part of their issue. The other issue is they resent the money being tied up in the way that it is.
Yes, that was an unfortunate thing that your grandfather did. I still don't understand why, but we'll make this right. If there's anything I've learned, it's having money and a title. They help a lot in this city. They make a lot of doors open. They also keep people out that they don't like. But for every door that gets opened, someone has to unlock it. You are all interested in your own pursuits, I assume. Would you be interested in taking care of some green spaces for me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I believe so. You did well by my grandfather.
I tried. He did well by himself. I just provided the early means.
A fact that does not go unmissed and is appreciated.
Excellent.
Oh,
Excellent.
oh. I was wondering if Riza's able to get any sense of perhaps what deities or deity Elise might follow if she does.
You're just trying to kind
I'm
of
trying
insight?
to gauge whether I'm trying to gauge whether or not she might also be a follower of Malike or Maliki.
Sure. I'll roll an insight check.
Okay. That's a good insight check. That's 20.
She is pleasant
Okay.
and she seems amicable when she's talking about the green spaces. You don't see any physical signs of a
Okay.
holy symbol or of anything, and she doesn't talk about any specific deity, and she doesn't seem overly excited when she talks about anything, but you've just met her.
Yeah.
And she's being a little
She's a cryptic.
she's got a veneer on right now.
Got it.
It's a very professional, very ladylike, very, very noble, I'm in charge of this conversation veneer, so it's really hard to tell.
Riza does try to sit up a little bit taller.
I now get on my tippy toes.
Jeff slouches.
She notices you kind of eyeing her and this intense look that you give her and says, You were very excited about that. Is there anything in particular you would like to tackle first?
Oh, first,
Yes.
in my oath to Maliki, I need to bring the green spaces, bring the green from the forests into this hard, cold city. And the few that already exist, I would love to help take care of, but I would also love to make more that anybody could access.
I like cry a little bit as she finishes that.
Your interests are in line with your grandfather's. He was always a
Oh.
fan. I think we can help each other, but you will have to help me first. I won't ask you to do anything that's outside of your current mandate, of course. That would be inappropriate. But I can certainly keep certain interests off your back. The Dungsweepers are a noble organization, but some of the people in them are not interested in fixing the problem. They're interested in just keeping it clean.
Sweeping it under the rug.
And
Smearing it onto the wall.
and then cleaning the wall, and then covering up the wall with a very nice painting.
Or a tapestry.
I would love to see maybe some of those walls come down.
We would absolutely be in favor of helping you in matters such as this. What did you have in mind?
Well, there's a space that I know you were just looking at for a green space, a house by the Chevetta house, I believe.
Behind the cottage? Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
There was a boggle there.
We ran into a boggle.
Interesting.
In fact, we came across an item that I am unsure of how it may or may not be tied to you. Pulls out the jug and the note and say, we do not have the box, but we found this in the possession of the boggle, and the box bore your house symbol, as I'm take to understand from my compatriots.
She looks at the jug and says, well, I believe that was something that your grandfather and his adventuring companions had from fairly early in their career. My understanding is it's an alchemy jug that was very useful to them.
Yes, that's what we understand it to be as well. I just wasn't sure. Don't mind the smell. He puts it away.
Someone has already made it mayonnaise, I see.
The boggle.
Yes.
That-
Tomorrow you can make it wine. It will be so much better.
Wonderful to know. Hopefully it's as good as my family's Cormier wine.
Oh no, nothing is as good as that. But yes, let me assure you that the space you were looking at is paltry in comparison to the space that I would like you to take over.
Oh,
Needs
wonderful.
needs a little bit of expert cleaning up, needs some of your specific talents, but once it is cleared, then I can authorize the funds to make it into the green space that you desire. It would be more than just the house you were looking at. It would be several plots of that size.
That sounds
Wow.
amazing. Thank you so much for your assistance in this.
Where
Well,
is this?
It is here in the Sea Ward. It is a property that I have recently acquired, but I've found that it has some issues, specifically with its own trespasser, you could say. Probably much like this boggle.
Oh.
Interesting.
Do we have an agreement?
I would love to do that. I would ask if perhaps, as we discussed, some of the funds are currently inaccessible. I wonder if you might help us with our costs as we get started on this venture rather than at the end of this venture.
Well, in between it, I definitely can. This should just take some of your talents and a little bit of time. Once this is done, I will make sure that I take care of the rest of the conversion. Definitely, the Dungsweepers do not take care of building. That is other guilds in town that I can contract. But as far as opening up the funds that you require, I can put pressure in the right places, but it will take a little bit of time.
Could you perhaps give us a small loan that I would pay back once they are released?
What would you use this for?
Kenku bands.
A lot.
A lot of Kenku bands.
Well,
Helps us work.
my lady, to be perfectly blunt, I find the housing situation we are in unacceptable. Only myself and Zoot have a bed in the house that we are all staying in right now. I would love to purchase bedding and or furniture to help my housemates be better cared for. As I have only arrived yesterday, I have not had time to.
It's a good boss right
Jeff will
there.
kind of whimper and just lean just a little bit more.
I have not been able to take any action upon this.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check. I'll give you disadvantage since your entire crew just got wide-eyed and excited about the idea of having more beds.
Just to clarify, disadvantage or advantage?
Advantage.
Okay.
Because basically everybody around you just went, they got all excited.
First one was a 9. What is my plus on this? We'll keep the drama while I look this up before I roll the second one.
Sure.
15 is the best.
Excellent. She thinks this over for a moment, and then she says, very well. Frederick, she calls up the stairs,
Oh, we're not alone. Wonderful.
and from up the stairs, a boy descends, about a 12-year-old boy, obviously her son. Like the resemblance is uncanny. He kind of peeks around. You hear him toot down the stairs. He's obviously also very shy. Kind of sidles up and way around all of you to come next to his mother. Stands there. Yes, Mom? Would you reach into the bag that I gave you and would you pull out 25 gold, please? Huh? And he pulls it out and puts it down on the table and then kind of grins at her. Very good, very good. You don't need to be frightened of them. They're friends. And he's just...
I'm waving at him.
He like very slowly is doing that inching behind her that, you know, shy kids really do.
I tuck my hair behind my half-elf ear, just so he can see.
He looks at you. And he's like, he's doing that.
Wave.
But he kind of he gives you a longer look and maybe a shy little smile. She takes the gold and hands it to you and says, "Consider this an offer in good faith, but I would expect that the property that I need cleaned out should become a priority. I will send you the directions immediately."
Absolutely. I can assure you that my crew and I will make haste and high priority to clear this out for you.
Milady,
Excellent.
I am aware that you've just asked us to go do work in a completely different ward. Do we have the paperwork necessary to make this happen, or are we doing this off
Are we gonna
hours?
sneak?
No, my dear. Your mandate is for the entire city of Waterdeep.
Oh.
Your house may be in the southern ward, and it may be administered by that dreadful individual. But your mandate includes the entire city. The whole city
Oh.
is your domain. I look forward to seeing what you do with it. And we're going to stop there.
And get a green marker and just think it's
Yeah.
all green.
All that you see before you look out the window.
Green mayonnaise.
We're gonna stop there as as you now have an alchemy jug and all the mayonnaise you could ever require, which is 2 gallons in one day.
I just looked it up. You can find so much things. There's so many things you can do with that.
The alchemy jug is one of my favorite things in D&D ever of all time.
It's
so
super fun.
I'm not
it
gonna lie,
is-
I definitely put in all caps. It makes wine.
it does that too.
Yeah.
It makes a bunch of but
It
yes.
makes beer. It makes
Scotch.
Now that you know what it
Seawater.
is, Gilly will have given you a list
Yeah.
of the things that it can do. So go ahead and add that to your D&D Beyond. So just so everybody knows, we are not on next week. A whole bunch of things are happening. We're not going to be able to play next week, but in 2 weeks' time, we'll be coming back with another episode. And hopefully in that time, you can go to our Extra Life page and go donate and get us well on the road to having all the crazy, wild, Waterdeep things that could happen during our game, because that'll be
All
fun.
the things that can
As you
come
can
out
see-
of that jug now.
We have so much
exactly.
trouble with craziness in this game.
All the craziness, yeah. And now they have an alchemy
Add
jug.
to it.
Yeah.
Right, why not?
$5. They don't do anything. They just sit there for 5 minutes.
Please give us a break.
Pause.
All the things. So real quick, let's just go around and what kind of fun things you have going on this week, if you would like to start.
All right. Again, I'm Maris Mullally. You can find me online as the Fabric Alchemist, and I'm gonna be working on some more D20 Dames, my other D&D podcast, working on the next episode that's coming out. So,
Woo!
yeah, it comes out Tuesdays.
Sweet. You can follow me on Twitter at Greg Tito. This is my last time streaming this week, but next week we've got Dragon Talk on Mondays. We might be talking to Matt Mercer. I haven't told anyone that yet, but that's the thing.
You've now told everyone
He
that.
will be
Does
here-
Matt know?
You're welcome,
He knows.
Internet.
He
You're
knows.
welcome.
Here in this building, then we'll do some lore you should know, then D&D news on next Tuesday, and then well, we won't be streaming this, but we'll probably do a vodcast of episode 1 or 2 in this place next week.
Nice.
I almost started introducing myself and my character again because that's where I'm at mentally. But I'm TrickMTG on Twitter. I tweet a lot about Magic: The Gathering. I tweet a lot about D&D. Normally, you would see me also on Fridays on the Magic Channel, but you will not this week because we have our World Championship taking place in Las Vegas.
Woo!
And I will be watching that rather than being on it on stream. And the other thing I'll say is we have 2 exciting projects that I've worked on coming to life. On Thursday we have the Magic Hour from our friends at Penny Arcade debuting, and then next week we will have episode 1 of season 5 of Spellslingers featuring Day 9, and our first guest Joey Graceffa, a YouTuber and actor, and I learned child book author. So that will debut next week with Geek and Sundry.
You mean he wrote books for children, or when he was a child he wrote books?
The former.
Both. Oh.
No.
Oh.
I was hoping you're just smaller for smaller
Maybe the
hands.
latter. I only know about the former.
Child-sized
Yeah.
books, but they're actually,
Suit-sized
like just novels. Yeah.
That's awesome.
You can follow me on Twitter at a madman in a box for useless hot takes on nothing, or my
gifs.
Instagram
Or
and
gift
gift
wars.
wars.
There's some
All
gift
the
wars.
gifts. You're
Or-
very good at gifts.
Instagram at the doctor for pictures of my daughter. But that's all I got. That was hard to follow.
That's enough.
That was delightful.
Your family's enough. Your family is enough.
Oh,
Yeah, no, that's so sweet. Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at MishyFishyWho, and who? Me. Yeah, so earlier today we announced the open beta for MTG Arena, which
That's
is
also
really
going on.
exciting. Yeah, so that's going to be happening next week. Very excited about it. And then I'm also in charge of the streamer early access event for the Guild of Ravnica and open beta for MTG Arena, and that's happening next week on the 26th. We have over 300 streamers participating in it. It's going to be awesome.
Nice.
Please tune in to watch it.
And I'm Lauren Urban. I go by OboCrazy online. You can find me on Twitter at OboCrazy. You can also find me as the community manager for D&D Beyond. Congratulations, the song is now in your head, and you're welcome. You can also find me as the DM for Dungeon Drunks on Twitter, and I also play in a game on Tuesdays on this channel that's from the Don't Split the Podcast Network called The Demon Plague, because D&D has taken over my life. But hey, it's been a lot of fun. Next week, rerun, and I'll probably be in the chat, and in 2 weeks, we'll see what happens next. But until then, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.